Welcome to In Focus. My name is Faytene Grasseschi. This is a post-election segment to encourage you. First of all, I want to say personally a big thank you for everyone out there who voted in this last federal election, who prayed for the outcome of this federal election, and also especially for those of you that got out and volunteered for godly candidates. I know for some of us watching, this might not have been the outcome that we had hoped for in this current election, but I want to encourage us with this, that we can still affect change. You know, Canada is an amazing nation. It is a democracy. And what that means is that you have a voice. And so what are some of the things that we can be watching in the next few years? One of the first things that's on my radar is the federal debt. You know, the Liberal government promised that they would be running deficits for the next 4 years, potentially $27 billion within the first year. What does that mean practically? Well, it means long-term increased taxes and an increased debt load on our children and our children's children. And so you know what? That might sound like bad news, but the good news is that we live in a democracy and you can be a voice on that issue. And so I want to encourage you to be talking to your elected official and encouraging them in fiscal prudence with whatever measure of influence that they have. The second thing is religious freedom and charitable status. You know, the Justice Minister actually said that this was one of the things that they might be going after in this upcoming term. And so let's continue to pray that Canada would remain a nation that is strong, free, and that churches and ministries continue to enjoy the benefits of charitable status. A couple things that we can do. I already mentioned talking with your members of parliament. That is an important thing to do. Build relationship with your newly elected official. The second thing is praying. Let's be praying for the upcoming cabinet that's going to be appointed, the critics and the opposition as well, and for every key post to be filled with the most godly individual possible. The second thing is let's commit to being a part of the long-term journey in influencing our government nationally. Let's get involved with nomination campaigns. There's a possibility that we could be in an election within another year and a half here, and we can have a great impact when we get involved right in our individual constituencies at the grassroots levels with nominations. The other thing is joining the political party that you feel called to influence and going to the policy conventions. This is where just a few people can make a massive impact on the future of our nation by setting the policies of our lead parties into place. The last thing I want to mention is to forgive and to watch our hearts. You know, this was a tough election. You know, it was bitey between the leaders, but there was also a lot of barbs flying between the different Christians in our community as well because of some of the intensity of the issues at play. And so let's continue to walk with love. Let's forgive anyone that disagreed with us. Let's forgive anyone that spoke harshly towards us. And let's show Christ in our spheres of influence by walking in love and forgiveness. I want to close out by just encouraging each and every one of you who was a part of the change that our nation needs right now. I want to encourage those of you that volunteered, especially, also for those of you that prayed and fasted, and for those of you that got out and voted. You know, as we continue to band together to use our democratic power, you know, we can build a beautiful and a better Canada for the future. We're more powerful than we know. We've only just begun. Let's keep going.